Your self-concept equals your worth net. How low self-concept affect your life? Hello and welcome. The first part of the video, I discussed how building my self-concept helped me to become rich. Today I will explore how having a low self-concept affect your life, and how you can build it back. First, let's look at what is low self-concept, also often referred to as low self-esteem. It is a negative perception of oneself. It's characterized by a lack of confidence, negative thinking, and feelings of inadequacy. Individuals with low self-concept tend to be self-critical, compare themselves negatively to others, and struggle with anxiety and difficulty expressing their needs. Having low self-concept makes a person seek validation from outside themselves to feel worthy, capable, loved, and deserving. This makes you dependent on others for everything. You can't make a decision without being worried how others will react to it. You never feel good enough to be someone of great value or do something of great importance. You have to consult before doing anything, if certain people in your life approve your decision or not. You seek out permission for everything and even apologize for others. You become subjected to other people's opinions and views. You lead your life in a way that pleases others, even if it is at the expense of your own well-being. Never being brave or strong enough to stand on your own. Be who you want to be and do what you want to do. This becomes very dangerous because 1. You lose your self-identity and ability to be your own person. You lose the power to be you, and instead, you give out that power to others to have control over you. You begin to feel a disconnect with who you are and who you are becoming. You rely on others to tell you who you are, how to live, and what you can achieve. This becomes dangerous and destructive, especially if the people you are seeking validation from are unhealthy themselves. You get sucked into their chaos, their negativity, limiting beliefs, and ends up becoming like them. 2. You live for others. You make decisions and choices based on what others expect of you, and not what serves you. But you do it anyway, in order to fit in and feel accepted. Therefore, spending your whole life being someone you are not proud of and lead unfulfilled life. You give up your goals to help others achieve theirs. You lose your voice and end up living a life that others stipulate for you. You never give yourself a chance to be your authentic self. To achieve your goals, make your dream come true and live a life that you love and are proud of. 3. You become a people pleaser. You go on your way to please others at the expense of your well-being. This threatens your mental health, your safety, the ability to be at peace and happy within you. It affects your performance, how you show up for yourself, and your money-making process. People with low self-concept are very perceptive to others. They take on beliefs that does not serve them, just because someone said it. They take advice and implement it in their life, without doing their own research to know if the advice will serve them or not. Many a time this unsolicited advice causes them harm. Make them lose money, time, energy, and possibly themselves in the process. You have heard of cases of people who live in poverty, while they give out all their hard-earned money to family members, friends, and religious organizations. They see themselves as lowly members of society, thinking they can only compensate with money to feel worthy and accepted within the family, within the religious setting, or among friends. When you don't have a great self-concept, you lose sight of who you are. You become a slave to all that are out there to use others in some way. Build your self-concept. Know who you are and not who others think and say you are. Determine who you are and give yourself value and self-worth. You will never find someone who value themselves putting themselves in places and circumstances that would make anyone take advantage of them. Seeking to please others over your well-being puts others on the pedestal while placing yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. 4. It leads to a life of misery and unhappiness. Sooner or later, you realize all your sacrifices are for nothing. You give out a lot but don't get back what you give out. And this happens because you give from lack and fear, not from overflow. Therefore you receive its equivalent. of people taking for granted your sacrifice. You only attract who you are, which means you attract takers, not givers. This makes you feel unappreciated and not valued. People appreciate what is valued. A poor person can give their last $50 from fear and guilt and find that very few appreciate it, while a rich person can give the same amount and people praise it. It's not what you give, but how you give and the energy behind the action. When you do something from fear, desperation, guilt, and negativity, you receive the same. Learn to fill your cup first before you pour to others. Seek to feel whole and complete before pouring on others, and they will appreciate it more. 5. You lack courage and confidence to go for things that you truly desire. You become timid and intimidated easily, because you rely on others to tell you you are good enough to have it. You are deserving or not. Seek to build confidence within yourself. Don't fear failure and rejection. It's part of success. The more you do something and perfect it, the more confident you become. Put yourself out there and chase your dreams. Learn to speak up more for yourself. Put yourself in the uncomfortable and build resilient. The more you practice, the more confident you become. 6. You experience low self-esteem and low self-worth. You derive your value from others. If they don't validate you, your self-esteem goes down. Practice telling yourself you are worthy. Affirm positivity to yourself several times a day. Write it down and read through empowering affirmation that build your self-concept. This habit programs your mind to create a new identity for yourself, therefore building your self-esteem in the process. 7. It leads to depression. Seeking validation is very addictive, and when you don't get it, your whole world collapses. They say if you live for acceptance, you die from lack of it. When you base your entire existence around external validation and seek to do anything to keep on getting it, you set yourself for a miserable life. Learn to validate yourself. Learn to trust in your own intuition and your own abilities. The more you trust in you, the more you gain your power back. 8. Drains you of energy, and this prevents you from reaching your true potential. It's very exhausting when you have to keep changing your life in order to fit someone's perception of you. You keep on changing yourself to keep up and compete with the ever-changing currents of life. In the process, you lose yourself, your valuable time and energy. This makes you lose focus and a sense of direction in life. You pick, drop, and change goals before they materialize to something, therefore ends up achieving nothing. Learn to value your time and energy. 9. You become a slave to other people's thinking and way of doing things. You cannot act without someone giving you permission. You don't move unless someone tells you to. It's a great idea to seek advice from others, but remember you still have your own thoughts. Learn to take what you need and discard the rest. Learn to think for yourself. Learn to question everything. Don't just accept someone's definition of life just because they said so. Don't take on other people's beliefs, views, and assumptions if they are of no value to you. This places you at the mercy of whomever is in control, and you never truly own your life. Learn to have your own principles. Build confidence within you and belief in you. 10. You lose your voice when you have low self-worth. You fear to speak up for yourself. You fear that if you do, you will lose. You don't see your own value, therefore you feel if you asked for a raise you might lose your job. You have low self-esteem, therefore you tolerate unfair situation. You have low self-worth, therefore you don't recognize your abilities and the value you give. It all ties down everything. A person who has a great self-concept speaks up for themselves and they put themselves out there. They value their time, energy, money, and their abilities. A person with great self-concept feels the fear and do it anyway. They pitch their ideas. They send out emails to clients informing them of their offers. They sell their products to anyone and everyone, and this gives them great results. The more you value yourself, the more others value you. 11. Leads to unhealthy attachments to people. When you are dependent on others to give you value, accept you and give you permission, you grow unhealthy attachments to them. You feel you can't act, make a decision or live without them. This places you to their mercy, to control you as they see fit. Learn to give yourself permission. Learn to trust in you and your capabilities. You are more capable than you think. You are worthy and deserving of everything good life has to offer. 12. When you have low self-concept, it evokes jealousy and envy of others. You don't believe you are capable of receiving or achieving what another person has, therefore you become jealous and envious of them. A person who has a great self-concept knows they are fully capable. They believe in themselves and their dreams. They don't feel inferior to others just because someone has something that they are yet to gain. They see it as a motivation and an inspiration. A motivation to get it and an inspiration to know it's possible for them to achieve it too. If one person can achieve financial freedom, become rich, have a great career, achieve their goals, then it's possible for another to do the same if they put in work, be consistent and with a great mental attitude. 13. Suffers mood swings and have no emotional control. You feel happy when people are clapping for you and validating you, and feel sad when they are not. Your mood is based on what another person think or say about you. Learn to care less and be unbothered about what others think or say about you. The more you care what others think of you, the more you give your power away to be controlled. Losing control of your life, your feelings and actions. 14. It leads to insecurity and unsure about oneself. You can't make any decision without involving others. Start by making small decisions. This could be deciding to buy yourself something nice without consulting anyone. It can also be taking time for yourself to do something you love. The more you practice to make small decisions and trust yourself that they are the right decision, the more you feel secure about yourself and your capabilities. Start with what you are comfortable with and gradually improve. The more you make decisions and stick with them, the more you become secure and sure about yourself. No one can give you security. You feel safe and secure within you. 15. You live in fear. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of not doing enough. And fear of not being relevant. The more you place your self-worth on outside validation, the more you fear losing it. Learn to face your fears head-on. Learn to question your thoughts. Is it true that I'm not capable of achieving that? Is it true I can't, or is it because someone said I can't because they believe no one can? Program your mind that you are good enough. You are deserving and worthy, whether someone agrees it or not. No one can give you value, and no one can take it away from you. No one has power over you except the power you give them. 16. Low self-concept causes self-loathing. This happens because you attract who you are. You attract people and circumstances that reflect what you think about yourself. If you tell yourself that you are not good enough, you attract people who tells you the same. It all begins in the mind. How you see and think of yourself will be reflected on the outside. We all humans loves and craves to be liked, appreciated and cared for. But when you purposely go your way to do things for people to validate you, accept you and show you your worth, that's when you lose yourself. Especially if you are doing it at the expense of your well-being. No one loves what is not loved. No one values what is not valued. No one cares for what is not cared for. Think of it this way. If you went to a park and found the park unkept with garbage lying around everywhere, even if the park has beautiful flowers growing in it, you wouldn't stick around to appreciate them. So learn to care for yourself. Learn to value yourself. Hold yourself accountable for your choices and decisions. Don't place responsibility of your well-being on others. Don't wait for the world to tell you who you are and what you are capable of. Determine your self-worth and value. Stop negotiating and fighting for your limitations. The more you give yourself value, the more you work on yourself, the more you believe in yourself is the more you achieve in life. If you see yourself as a loser, then your mind arranges situations and circumstances for you to experience losing in your reality. If you see yourself as a winner, you then experience wins in your life. Remember, the world gives you who you believe to be. Thoughts become things. How you see yourself becomes your reality. That's all I had for you today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. See you on the next video.